कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तबिंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. Thank you very much. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare Hare.
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे हरे
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हरे
Hare
राम राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Srila Prabhupada, and welcome to our Saturday morning Bhagavad Gita as it is, reading and discussion. Oh yes, and we've been here before, every week actually, for a few years now, presenting the truth according to Prabhupada's instructions. He taught us how to be disciples of him. And that's a very important part of, the most important part of becoming Krishna conscious, is to have a bona fide spiritual master and to follow him and his instructions without change or adulteration or editing, however you look at the point of receiving knowledge. And we're very fortunate, all of us, Vijaya Pandit and the other devotees that come on the group meeting, that we have captured the essence of Prabhupada's teachings. Yes, we have. And someone would say, well, there's all these different groups, just like in Christianity. I was speaking to a person the other day. How many Christian churches have a particular leader that's their guru? Besides Jesus, of course. Well, there are thousands and thousands of churches, millions, all preaching somewhat the teachings of Lord or of Jesus Christ, but we're not sure exactly what is the correct understanding. We're not. So in this particular movement that Prabhupada started, there are now all kinds of sects and groups. There are different gurus, so-called acharyas, so many people coming and going from this group to that group. Even in the ISKCON group, that's one of the groups. If you have a guru, there's one of their gurus, Bhakti Vikash, he says, well, if your guru falls down, then go pick another one. Just go ahead. And then if that person falls down, you can go get another one. So like that, the person goes from one guru to the next guru, and he becomes bewildered, very bewildered, because guruship is much different than that. Bona fide guru means a transparent via media of Krishna, of Lord Chaitanya, presenting the truth without adulteration. I asked our friend Nimai Pandit, who's setting up some supermarket of the guru. That's so true. That's funny. I asked him, what do you do when you get milk and you put one drop of urine in it? It becomes contaminated. Will you use it to cook sweet rice? No, you won't. So like that, all of these different groups, they have different ways of looking at the disciplic succession. They have different ways of understanding it. And they're entitled to their opinion. That's fine. But it's not fact. And Yashodanandan and I were chatting the other day. He said the main problem, and I agreed with him, is that a lot of people don't forensically read Prabhupada's books. And that's one thing about our classes. Neela Sharma does help us with that, is we go specifically to all the different parts of the Shastras during the classes and make references to what Prabhupada has taught us in terms of understanding disciplic succession. How to get a bona fide spiritual master. What is a bona fide spiritual master? What qualifies him to be a bona fide spiritual master? We provide those answers. Before we go on to the next section, I wanted to mention that I had a fellow call me, Yashodanandana Prabhu, a few days ago from Jamaica, some guy from America who's traveling in Jamaica. And I asked him yesterday, well, what's your background? He goes, I'm an engineer. Oh, you're an engineer. And you're traveling in Jamaica? You're searching for life? He goes, well, I wondered why there are no devotees in Jamaica. There's no real preaching work going on there. And he's very sincere. He's eager to find out the truth. And he's been searching. By chance, he went to Hare Krishna Jamaica. I have a small site, and with one of my tunes I recorded, Hare Krishna Jamaica, he heard it, and he somehow or other got a hold of me. And he started asking. He said, I've been going around to the different temples in ISKCON. Nobody explains to me the philosophy. They don't know. They say just read Prabhupada's books. They don't qualify what books. They have no explanation of much philosophy for him. And he feels cheated in a sense. He can't learn. I told him, well, call us up. You call us up. You join our classes and try to learn this philosophy properly so that you don't get misguided, because people are being misguided, and that's unfortunate. And if a sincere soul does come to Krishna consciousness, it's our responsibility, all of us here in this group, to be able to explain it properly to people without any confusion. It's very important. And the process of initiation. We're going to go to that topic now. Our group is expanding globally. It is. And we have a large number of people that we are preaching to. No question of that. And every week we're dealing with different people who are interested in initiation. Now, initiation is a very important step for a person who wants to make some serious advancement in the human life and get out of this bodily concept, which is so bewildering. I'm this body. I'm an American. I'm a Canadian. I'm an East Indian. I'm rich. I'm poor. I'm good looking. I'm fat. I'm this and that. All these conceptions. It's not easy to get out. But it is possible to rise up to the transcendental platform with the guidance of a spiritual master. And how long does it take to become transcendentally fixed? Prabhupada said it can happen in a second, or it could take millions of births. It's possible. Is it normal that people will just all of a sudden transcend? Well, it's not common. But at the same time, if you apply yourself to this process properly and get formal initiation, it's very critical. You get formal, there's a whole issue about initiation. And Nilesh, we're not going to discuss it right now. We don't have the time. But initiation means that you start the process under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, and he can enlighten you. And we teach people that Prabhupada exists in his Vani incarnation. Yes, he does. Despite what people say, there is a transcendental connection, because this is a bhakti yoga science of sound, not of vapu. It's the sound incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead being transmitted through the bona fide spiritual master. And we're so fortunate that we have this opportunity to take shelter of Prabhupada, who is the representative of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in the line of disciplic succession. And he lives in sound, and those that follow him, they live with him. That's the reality of this. And we all take shelter of that. I'm going to go to, we're going to look first at the rules. Rupa Goswami, if you could put this up on the screen. For initiation, what we've put up as the requirements to get sponsored to become first initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada. If you have that, please put it up on the screen. Thank you. Letter of referral submitted to the Prabhupada Disciples Association from a member of the Hare Krishna Society or other association promoting Srila Prabhupada as the sole Diksha Guru, verifying the authenticity of the client as very serious and sincere in his requests for initiation. 2, the candidate will then submit an application to the PDA Brahminical Council providing some background on his devotional career or her and why they want to become a Prabhupada disciple. If the candidate is approved by the PDA HKS, then they will be invited to participate in an online interview. The applicant must attend the weekly online Zoom classes of the PDA HKS for a minimum of 6 months prior to initiation in order to become familiar with the philosophy of Krishna consciousness according to Prabhupada's instructions and explain correctly to the candidate by the members here. 4, the candidate will follow our 4 regulated principles: no meeting, no illicit, no intoxication, no illicit sex life, and no gambling. And we will also submit a daily schedule of his regulated program. We just want to know. By the way, we requested a little pastime. When I first got initiated by Prabhupada in Detroit in 1971, he asked me, what are the 4 regulated principles when I came up into the, in front of him on the Vyasa-san. And I started with no meat eating and no illicit sex. He goes, that's enough. He just cut me off because he wanted me to just move forward into this process. The candidate will follow these rules. The candidate will, but we request everyone to follow those. Prabhupada insisted. The candidate will critically study and read the unedited versions of Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, Ishopanishad, Nectar of Devotion, and Nectar of Instruction, which we're going to refer to in this opening monologue that I'm giving. The candidate will also chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra for 6 months prior to approval, 16 rounds minimum. A test will be given, originally given by Prabhupada. In the past, it will be completed by the candidate. And we send that out. Yashodanandana sends that out to all of the prospective candidates. The candidate will then be interviewed by 3 members of PDA. So we get a chance to know the person, see their seriousness. Upon approval, the members of the council, the initiation date and the ceremony will be set. A set of japa beads will be submitted by mail and chanted on the Ritvik by the Ritvik priest and returned to the candidate. Go ahead, slide it down. Goswami. The spiritual name will be awarded to the applicant. The initiation ceremony will be organized by us in cooperation with the persons who recommended the person for initiation. Devotional service will be given specifically to each new Prabhupada disciple in support of the mission of HKS PDA and the candidate's local leadership group. Yeah, we want people to be a part of what we're doing. We're a group. We have a different format than regular ashrams and temples like the ISKCON group. But at the same time, we still are organized as a group to work together cooperatively, for example, to distribute the Bhagavatams, the Delhi Bhagavatams. The initiate will sign an oath of allegiance to this group and their local sponsor. And what's left? Go ahead, slide up. Is there any more, Rupa? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat box, and we'll try to answer them as we move along, because it's a very interesting topic. Now, here's the second section. Now, this section, because of my baggage restraints, flying here and there, I usually just take some softbound book with me that's easy to read and very informative. And the nectar of instruction here, it gives a lot of insight into these subjects. And this week, in my own personal study, I read Mantra 5 of Nectar of Instruction, and it's really deals with this matter of initiation in detail. And I think that it's important that all of us I find it's so dynamic, the information that Prabhupada provides in his books, that every time you read them over and over again, you get new understanding and realization of what the seriousness of this process is. So let's go to that, Rupa Goswami, please. Text 5, Nectar of Instruction. No, wrong section. It's not wrong, it's right, but it's not exactly. Let's go forward, right, Chris, okay, let's just go straight to the translation since we have limited time. One should mentally honor the devotees who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual, go ahead, initiation, diksha, and is engaged in worshiping the deity, and one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee, that's A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. This criticism means that he sees everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. That's why, transcendentally situated. Purport. In order to intelligently apply the sixfold loving reciprocations mentioned in the previous verse, one must select proper persons with careful discrimination. Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnavas in an appropriate way according to their particular status. In this verse, he tells us how to deal with three types of devotees: the Kanishta Adhikari, the Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. So three classifications. The Kanishta Adhikari is a neophyte who has received the Harinam initiation from the spiritual master and is trying to chant the holy name of Krishna. First stage. One should respect such a person within his mind as a Kanishta Vaishnava. A Madhyamadikari has received spiritual initiation from the spiritual master and has been fully engaged by him in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The Madhyamadikari should be considered to be situated midway in devotional service. The Uttama Adhikari, or highest devotee, is one who is very advanced in devotional service. That's Srila Prabhupada. An Uttama Adhikari is not interested in blaspheming others. His heart is completely clean, and he has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna consciousness. According to Rupa Goswami, the association and service of such a Mahabhagavat, or perfect Vaishnava, are most desirable. One should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari, one who is situated on the lowest platform of devotional service and is interested only in worshiping the deity in the temple. Such a devotee is described in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Acharyam eva harayi pujam ya shradaya hati natad bhaktishu kanyeshu sabhakta prakrita smirtaha. A person who is faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity in the temple, but who does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general is called a Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishta Adhikari. And a lot of people have their temples and their home, and they're following that system of taking care of their deity, and they do a very nice job of it. But there's another stage that Prabhupada was pushing us towards, the Madhyamata, where we would become preachers and represent him without changing anything. One therefore has to raise himself from the position of Kanishta Adhikari to the platform of Madhyamadikari. That's an order from Prabhupada. The Madhyamadikari is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam in this way. Go ahead. Ishwara tad adhineshu balisheshu dvisha sucha prema matri kripa pokasha yakaroti samadhyamaha. The Madhyamadikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love, makes friends with the Lord's devotees, and is merciful to the ignorant and avoids those who are envious by nature. These are qualifications. Envious. This is the way to cultivate devotional service properly. It's a science, everyone. Therefore, in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami has advised us how to treat various devotees. We can see from practical experience there are different types of Vaishnavas. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of Sahajiyas. The Prakrita Sahajiyas generally chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. Although such persons may chant the holy name of the Lord, they are not yet properly purified. Such people should be respected within one's mind, but their association should be avoided. Just see what happened recently with one of Trivikram, what happened to him at the age of 83. And you could look it up. Those who are interested but simply carried away by bad association should be shown favor if they are eager to receive proper instructions from pure devotees. But those neophyte devotees who are actually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master are seriously engaged in carrying out the orders of the spiritual master should be offered respectful obeisances. In this Krishna consciousness movement, a chance is given to everyone without discrimination, caste, creed, or color. Everyone is invited to join this movement. Sit with us, take prasad, and hear about Krishna. When we see that someone is actually interested in Krishna consciousness and wants to be initiated, we accept him as a disciple for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. When a neophyte devotee is actually initiated and engaged in devotional service by the orders of the spiritual master, he should be accepted immediately as a bona fide disciple, and obeisances should be offered unto him. Out of many such Vaishnavas, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in the service of the Lord and strictly following all of the regulated principles, chanting the prescribed number of rounds on japa beads, and always thinking of how, here's a very important point, this is why we say you work together, thinking of how to expand the Krishna consciousness movement. And this means according to Prabhupada's instructions, not concocted by some kind of bogus guru. Such Vaishnavas should be accepted as an Uttama Adhikari, a highly advanced devotee, and his association should always be sought. And that's Prabhupada. He is the Uttama Adhikari. This process by which a devotee becomes attached to Krishna is described as in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Diksha Kali Bhakta Kari Atmas Smarpana Se Kali Krishna Tare Kari Atma Sama. At the time of initiation, when a devotee fully surrenders to the service of the Lord, Krishna accepts him to be as good as he himself. Diksha, or spiritual initiation, is explained in the Bhakti Sandarbha by Sri Jiva Goswami. Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat Kuryat Papashya Sankashayam Tasmad Diksheti Saprokta Dikshikash Tattva Kovida. By Diksha, one gradually becomes disinterested. Oh, yes, you will. So watch out. You're going to give up everything in material enjoyment and gradually becomes interested in spiritual life. It's a cultivation. We have seen many practical examples, Prabhupada speaking here, especially in Europe and America. Many students who come to us, to him, from rich and respectable families, quickly lose all interest in material enjoyment and become very eager to enter into spiritual life. Although they come from very wealthy families, many of them accept living conditions that are not, carry on, very comfortable. I can remember, hold on for 1 second. I can remember living in Toronto, Nilesh, on the top of the third floor of Gerrard Street, 187 Gerrard Street. And we had like 17 men living in 3 small rooms. And what we would do at night, we would just roll out your sleeping bag in rows, and we slept in the hallway, a small little closet room, and a small office that was used during the day for the administrators. And in this way, we lived very simply, but we didn't mind because we had the ecstasy of understanding that we were servants of the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When one becomes so disinterested in material life, he becomes fit for initiation by the spiritual master. For the advancement of spiritual life prescribes tapasya, brahmacharyena, samena, sadhamena cha. When a person is serious about accepting diksha, he must be prepared to practice austerity, celibacy, and control of the mind and body. If one is so prepared and is so desirous of receiving spiritual enlightenment, divya jnanam, he is fit to be initiated. High qualification. Nowadays, it's much different. But again, lots of details here. You can put your questions in the chat box. Divya Jnanam is technically called Tadvigyanam, or knowledge about the Supreme. Tadvigyanartam sagarun eva bigachet. One who is interested in the transcendental subject matter of the absolute truth should be initiated. And we have a lot of people that are becoming interested, and we want to congratulate them that you are developing this desire in association with our devotees here at PDA and HKS. Lots of people. Divya Jnanam is technically called Tadvigyanam, or knowledge about the Supreme. Tadvigyanam, when one is interested in transcendental subject matter. I read that. Such a person should approach a spiritual master in order to take diksha. Also prescribes tasmad gurum prabhajate jignasyu shreya uttamam. When one is absolutely interested in the transcendental science of the absolute truth, he should approach a spiritual master. We'll read one last section. One should not accept a spiritual master without following his instructions. Nor should one accept a spiritual master just to make a fashionable show of spiritual life. That goes on. One must be jignashu, very much inquisitive, to learn from the bona fide spiritual master. And that's what Yashoda was saying. A lot of these people don't read Prabhupada's books. That's the point. And they don't know the science, but they speculate, they concoct, and they pose and posture and pretend to be Uttama Adhikaris. Rochisha Devi? Pretend to be Uttama Adhikari, and then fool and deceive innocent seekers of the truth. The inquiries that one makes should strictly pertain to transcendental science. Jignashu Shreya Uttama. The word Uttama refers to that which is above material knowledge. Tama means the darkness of this material world. Oh my God, it's so dark. And Ut means transcendental. Generally, people, go ahead, are very interested in inquiring about mundane subject matter, but when one has lost such interest and is simply interested in transcendental subjects, matters, he is quite fit to be initiated. When one is actually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master, and when he seriously engages in the service of the Lord, he should be accepted as a Madhyam Adhikari. And what we're going to do tomorrow, Prabhus, is we'll carry on and complete this reading, because it's a long reading of this very detailed explanation of initiation and the different stages and the understanding of how to go back to home, back to Godhead in association with a bona fide spiritual master. This is not a game. This is not a competition. We're not competing with people. We are scientists. Scientists, the science of disciplic succession, and the bona fide spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And if people think that this is just some kind of Christian group that you can come and join, this isn't the group for you. So I had more items I was going to refer to in our readings. I was going to read the Yashodanandana Prabhu, and maybe we'll do it tomorrow is 434, Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upalekshanti te gyanam gyaninas tattva darshanaha. I was going to read that purport. It's so enlightening, Nilashama, so enlightening and detailed. Every word. And that's what we do here at PDA, HKS. We scientifically review every word, and with Shastra and scriptural references and all the other aspects of the information we have online, provided to the new people that are here that will step up and take initiation with us and carry on this mission and protect the human society from going completely to hell, which is what's going on right now in the Kali Yuga. It is going to hell. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We're going to go forward. Hey, Vijay Pandit, do you like this? Yeah, he loves it. We're going to go forward with the our section on with Prabhupada speaking. So let's carefully listen to Prabhupada's words at this session this morning. All glories to the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haribol.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam. Him is described in the Vedic literature as Tridasapura. Tridasapura means there are 33 millions of demigods, and they have got their separate planets. This is called Tridasapura. Tri means three, and Das means 10. 33 or 30. Anyway, Tidasapura Akasha Puspayate. Akasha Puspa means something imaginary. Something imaginary. A flower in the sky. The flower should be in the garden. But if somebody imagines the flower in the sky, it is something imaginary. So, for a devotee, this heavenly promotion to the heavenly planet is just like a flower in the sky. Tidasapura Akasha Puspayat, Kaivallang Narakayat, Gyani and Kurmi, and Duddanta Indra Kala Sarpapatali, Patkhata Damastrayate. Then yogis are trying, yogi means yoga indriya sanyam, controlling the senses. That is yoga practice. Our senses are very strong. Just like we also, Vaishnava, we first of all try to control the tongue. The yogis also, they try to control the senses, not only tongue, but all other 10 kinds of senses by that yogic mystic process. So, why they are trying to control? Because the senses are just like serpents. The serpent, just like touch anywhere, immediately something, up to death. Injury there must be, up to death. This is exemplified, just our sex impulse. As soon as there is illicit sex, there is so many difficulties. Of course, nowadays it is all become very easy. Formerly it was very difficult, especially in India. Therefore, a young girl was always protected. Because if she mixes with the boys, somehow or other, as soon as there is sex, she becomes pregnant. And it will be no more possible to get her married. No. Touched by the serpent. This is Vedic civilization, is very strict. Because the whole aim was how to go back to home, back to God. Not sense gratification. Eat, drink, marry, enjoy. That is not the aim of human life. So everything was planned with that aim. Vishnu aradhati, varnasmacharvata, purushena parapama. Vishnu aradhati, nannat tattu sakaranam. Varnashram, this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, everyone had to strictly follow the rules and regulations of the particular division. A Brahmana must act as a Brahman. A Kshatriya must adhere is it. That's Krishna says. You are Kshatriya, why you are talking all this rascal? You must. Naita yupavaddate, in 2 ways, you should not do this. As a Kshatriya, you should not do this. And as my friend, you should not do this. This is your weakness. So this is Vedic civilization. Fight for the Kshatriya. A Brahman is not going to fight. Brahmana is Sattva Samadama. He is practicing how to become truthful, how to become clean, how to control the senses, how to control the mind, how to become simple, how to become full cognizant of the Vedic literature, how to apply practically in life, how to become firmly fixed up in conviction. These are Brahmanas. Similarly, Kshatriyas fighting, that is necessary. Vaishya, Kisi Goruksha Vanitya. So, all these strictly to be followed. Hare Krishna.
How to strictly follow these things. To be clean, and Prabhupada used the term to be simple. And this is possible with one simple method. Chant Hare Krishna. When you chant the holy names, 16 rounds a day, without fail, at least minimum 16 rounds, then the process of Krishna consciousness will be revealed to you from within the heart. So this is a great opportunity for all of us. And one last point. We live, Nila Shama, and I've been meditating on this, in the world of dreams. We are in the world of dreams. We think things that we're doing are real. But in fact, at the time of death, it disappears instantaneously. And this world of dreams carries on for those who are dreaming here, and we go to our next birth. This is a phantasmagoria of bewilderment, and we're rising up above it to the transcendental platform of spiritual life with our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. We're going to go to our next section. I have trouble in my teeth, or I have trouble speaking. Neil Shama, you know what it's like. When you lose your teeth, you can't speak. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the next section, which is the chanting of Jaya Radha Madhava by Srila Prabhupada. So sing along, and then we're going to hear our reading and discussion with Yashoda Nandana Prabhu from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, unedited, unchanged, and unadulterated, here at the Saturday morning Bhagavad Gita class with the Prabhupada Disciples Association and the Hare Krishna Society. Haribol.
Sai. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you from Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1:1. Narayanam namaskrityam Narayanam namaskrityam Naram cheva narottamam Naram cheva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayat Tato jayam mudirayat. One should utter the means of conquest, Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, after offering respectful obeisances, 1, to the personality of Godhead Narayana, 2, to the Narayana Rishi, who is the supermost human being, 3, to the Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, then 4, to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. From Srimad Bhagavatam 1-4. Welcome everyone to this reading and discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As we do every week, we will be reading a few selected verses from the Bhagavad Gita itself. These verses were directly and personally introduced by Srila Prabhupada himself in 1966 in New York, when he began his preaching program from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was established within this material world, the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaguna Raghunatan Anvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakan Vitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami, as well as Raghunath Dasa and Raghunath Bhatta, Gopala Bhatta, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadada, Srivas, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates Sri Lalita and Vishaka. E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. O my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distress and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kanchana Ghorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavarebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We will proceed with our verse for today. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are reading from chapter 13, text number 34, all synonyms, translations, and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and current Acharya of the Krishna Consciousness Movement. Yata prakashati kaha kritsnam lokamimam rabihi kshetram kshetri tata kritsnam prakashayati bharata. Yata, as prakashayati illuminates, ekaha, one, kritsnam, the whole, lokam, universe, imam, this, ravihi, the sun, kshetram, this body, kshetri, the soul, tata, similarly, kritsnam, all, prakashayati, illuminates, Bharata, O son of Bharata. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. Purport. There are various theories regarding consciousness. Here in Bhagavad Gita, the example of the sun and the sunshine is given. As the sun is situated in one place, but is illuminating the whole universe, so a small particle of spirit soul, although situated in the heart of this body, is illuminating the whole body by consciousness. Thus, consciousness is the proof of the presence of the soul, as sunshine or light is the proof of the presence of the sun. When the soul is present in the body, there is consciousness all over the body.
And as soon as the soul has passed from the body, there is no more consciousness. This can be easily understood by any intelligent man. Therefore, consciousness is not a production of the combinations of matter. It is the symptom of the living entity. The consciousness of the living entity, although qualitatively one with the supreme consciousness, is not supreme, because the consciousness of one particular body does not share that of another body. But the supersoul, which is situated in all bodies as the friend of the individual soul, is conscious of all bodies. That is the difference between supreme consciousness and individual consciousness. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Bhakti Siddhanta Shishyaya Bhakti Vedanta Namine Prasannaya Prashantaya Tasmai Gurave Namaham Bhagavad Vandana Kadyam Guru Vandana Purvakam Kshiram Sarkara Yuktam Kadatehi Visheshataham Adadanastrinam Danteridam Yache Punaha Punaham Srimadrupa Padam Bhoja Dhulisyam Janma Janmani Amsho Bhagavatosmyaham Sadadaso Asmi Sarabata Tat Kripa Pikshako Nityam Tat Prishtashat Karomi Svam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this specific verse of Bhagavad Gita is very important. Why? This is another explanation by Lord Krishna himself of how the body, the soul within the body, is understood through consciousness. Just like the sun in the universe illuminates the entire universe. So the soul within the body illuminates the entire body by consciousness. When the body is dead, the consciousness is no more and the soul moves on. If we take a look at Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 17, Avinashi tu tat viddhi yena sarvam idam tatam. Maybe somebody can pull the verse. Neil Shyama Prabhu, this is another very important verse where Lord Krishna describes what is present all over the body. Here's the text. Avinashi tu tat viddhi yena sarvamidam tatam. Vinasham avyayasyasya nakaschit kartum harhati. Prabhupada translates, know that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. Purport by His Divine Grace. This verse more clearly explains the real nature of the soul, which is spread all over the body. Anyone can understand what is spread all over the body. It is consciousness. Everyone is conscious of the pains and pleasures of the body in part or as a whole. This spreading of consciousness is limited within one's own body. The pains and pleasures of one's body are unknown to another. Therefore, each and every body is the embodiment of an individual soul, and the symptom of the soul's presence is perceived as individual consciousness. This soul is described as 1/10,000th part of the upper portion of the hair point in size. The Shvetashvatara Upanishad confirmed this. Balagra Shata Bhagasya Shatada Kalpitasya Cha Bhagu Jivaha Savignayaha Sachanantyaya Kalpate. When the upper point of a hair is divided into 100 parts, and again, each such part is further divided into 100 parts, each such part is the measurement of the dimension of the spirit soul. Shvetarashvata Upanishad 5:9. So what is important here is to understand the level of consciousness. Consciousness is individual. For example, if you feel pain in your body and your mind, that is individual. Another person doesn't feel the pain in your body. But Krishna can understand the consciousness of every living entity, not just human beings, all living entities. This is the difference between God and the individual living entity. We are prone to forgetfulness. Krishna is not. Krishna knows the activities of every living entity, especially human being. He is there in the heart of every human being. We see that some human beings, some living beings, revolt against the authority of God. Prabhupada often explained, there are two kinds of living entities. Those who are against God, those who are for God. Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva Asuras Tadviparyayaha. Those who are devotees of God, who accept the presence of God and the supremacy of God, they're called Vishnu Bhaktas. And those who revolt against God, the atheists, they are called Asuras. Suras means those who accept the authority of God, and Asuras, those who do not accept the authority of God. Now, there's many people who claim to follow God, many people who claim to believe in God, many people who claim that they love God in so many ways, but the point is, what do they understand? What is God? We were in Bombay with Srila Prabhupada in 1972. Srila Prabhupada was the guest of Kartikeya Mahadevya, who was a executive for the Mafatlal group of companies. He had a very nice apartment facing the ocean. And what happened, one gentleman came there and started to preach that such and such religious denomination, they love God. Prabhupada says, okay, so who is God? What does he do? Where does he live? What are his qualities? What are his activities? No answer. Simply sentiment and emotion, which is good. Sentiment and emotion is a good start. But knowledge of God is important, because if one wants to love God, he has to do something for God. That's why in all the basic religious texts of the world and spiritual scriptures, there's recommendation, chant the name of God. We have in the Chaitanya Charitamrita the injunction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, 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 Gatiranyata. That in this age of Kali, simply by chanting the name of Hari, chanting the name of Hari, chanting the name of Hari, for self-realization, this is the path. There's no other way, there's no other way, no other way. There's also other recommendation in the Bible, so many statements about glorifying God. There are so many different, the Muslims, they say Allahu Akbar, that God is great. Well, that is nice. But what we are concerned about is how great God is. What are his qualities? What does he do? Where does he live? This is important, and this knowledge is given in the Bhagavad Gita. This knowledge, this detailed knowledge is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And anybody can understand this and get that transcendental knowledge from the source. HKS and PDA, Prabhupada Disciples Association, we are distributing this book right above Krishna Katha's head, the Srimad Bhagavatam. the 1962 original edition, which is the Science of God, which describes exactly what we're talking about. God's planet, Goloka Vrindavan, God's qualities, God's transcendental associates, and how to go back and live with God in perfect peace and harmony. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. And today we've got quite a chat on the program with different questions from our God brothers and God sisters here. And before we go to the Living Guru section, Yashodanandana Prabhu, I wanted to read some of these questions and have you give some answers on them. This is one from Neela Shama at 8:37 a.m. He says, I'm going to paraphrase it a bit for us. He said, the so-called 11 are not doing what Prabhupada indicated, so they are in Guru Avagya, not accepting the Guru's instructions. That's his statement. And then he asked this question, Yashodanandana. He says, so can they be called in disciplic succession? If they give the Maha Mantra, these are two questions. If they give the Maha Mantra, is it not potent as it is filled with offenses, especially the third offense, disobey the orders of the spiritual master? Can you give us an answer on that, Yashoda?
My answer to that basically is you have to receive the name of Krishna in authorized bona fide disciplic succession. One cannot manufacture his own way of transmitting the name of Krishna. Just like we've often complained in this program that many members of the official organization that Srila Prabhupada started have invented different mantras, different new ways of doing kirtan, which were not introduced or implemented or practiced by Srila Prabhupada. We do know that some people are giving all kinds of initiations, but they themselves don't chant their rounds. We do know that many of them are involved in changing the teachings, the original teachings and the books of Srila Prabhupada. And this is one very important point. In order to convey the message, you can't change the message and claim you represent the message. If you want to change the message, it's something else. It's no longer the original. If you want to cook sweet rice, you cook sweet rice according to the proper recipe. Don't put salt in the sweet rice and claim, well, it's white, it's sweet rice. No, it's no longer sweet rice. So this is very important. That is why Srila Prabhupada, in one letter to one of his leading disciples, made a statement, amongst our God brothers, none of them are authorized to be acharyas because they had disobeyed the instruction of the acharya. And we are living right now a situation, this is the same situation. Many people are complaining, oh, these initiations which you people at PDA, HKS, this is all bogus, Prabhupada never did that, this is not in the tradition. We've explained all of this in this program. This was perfectly authorized by Srila Prabhupada. He authorized this. And if you claim that this was just during his manifest presence, then show us when he changed it. Show us the letter when he introduced your system, your self-appointed system. We haven't seen that letter. You can't manufacture your own way. You can't declare yourself as acharya without authority. That's exactly what they did in 1978. So whether it's authorized or not, you can reach the conclusion. This is like somebody, it's like in Ontario, in Toronto. This is the seat of the government of the province of Ontario. This is where the premier of the province sits, and they have their own parliament and everything. You can't rent a limousine, put a three-piece suit, and then claim I'm the governor now. I have a limousine, I'm coming in and out of the building. It may look real. It may look like you're the governor, but that's not reality. Anybody can pose and posture, but unless somebody follows the direct instruction of Srila Prabhupada without change, it will not act because people will be confused. We've seen this. All kinds of people running here and there, this mod, that mod, this advisor, that advisor, all confused. Just follow Prabhupada's order. But many people don't. Why? Because of personal ambition. In Prabhupada's poetry in 1959, Srila Prabhupada mentioned, the mission has been divided into many branches, and the tigress of Pratishta, the desire for name, fame, profit, adoration, distinction, has contributed to this. I'm paraphrasing. Same thing situation we're facing. We've got so many new authorities with so many interpretations. And if you ask one of them, well, what did Prabhupada actually do? Did he make a mistake of appointing unqualified men as acharyas? They can't explain. What did he actually do? He was just continuing what he had done since 1970, 72, choosing some representative to represent him as the acharya and to officiate on his behalf. Very simple. When they disobey that, then everything goes south. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I hope it helps.
Okay, well, we're going to carry on. Thank you. We're going to carry on down the chat and refer to things. You'll see there's a form here that Shreya Devi Dasi has put in the chat, giving you some idea of how to be more a participant in our devotional mission. Let's put it that way. And I see a question, so please fill that out if you can, or get the link. And if you want to get in touch with us, soon we'll have a list of devotees that you can reach throughout the world, Rochisha and others, and have any questions that you have, you can ask them, or you can get in touch directly with myself or Yashoda, and we'll be happy to help you. Now, what about, Pierre Angelo writes this, it's a funny question. It's not funny, but it is, what about the ISKCON devotee? Will they accept me as a Prabhupada disciple? That's a very interesting question. I don't know if it matters if they do or don't, but let's have Yashodanandana Prabhu give the answer. Hare Krishna.
Not likely. They probably won't recognize you as a bona fide Prabhupada disciple. That's why I made the comment. I said, that's because you don't eat their parampara pablam. And some people say, what is that? You know, when you feed a child pabalam, the child cannot deal dal and chapatis and pakoras. It won't be able to eat pasta because his body, the new baby, has to eat something that's very easy to digest. So their condition for acceptance is just eat what we tell you, just accept, don't ask too many questions. And if you ask too many embarrassing questions, there's the door. This is the problem. In 1978, when they had the chance to discuss this with all the devotees, they did not. They had their secret political forums, their secret discussion. They did not discuss this in front of all the temple presidents. They did not discuss these issues in front of all the sannyasis and senior devotees, in front of all the Sankirtan devotees. And then they rushed these things through and they enforced it. And when you did not agree with their ideas or start asking too many questions, then there was the door. It is the same policy they had. Their attitude was, let them all leave. We've got our own disciples now. Ha, ha, ha. This was their attitude, and it's still the same attitude now. It's become a little bit more sophisticated with all kinds of nonsensical explanations, all kinds of dubious interpretations. Do not be fooled by what they say. Prabhupada, depending on your sincerity, follow Prabhupada's instructions, carefully read Prabhupada's books and his Vani incarnation, and no doubt he will accept you. There's a conversation where Prabhupada said, devotee came to him and say, oh, I follow the principles, I've been chanting, can I be initiated? Prabhupada, that is your real initiation. Prabhupada said, my touch is a formality. Well, Prabhupada was being humble. We all know Prabhupada's touch was not just a formality, it was the most important aspect. But the point is, if you follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, Follow the Divyam Jnanam of Srila Prabhupada. Follow the principle Prabhupada is given. You are following the discipline of Prabhupada. You are a student of Prabhupada. You are a follower of Prabhupada. You are a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Don't let anybody doubt it. And that is confirmed by Prabhupada's final order for initiations on July 9th, 1997. Hare Krishna.
Yes, the chat is just filling up with questions, Yashoda Nandana. So
Okay.
we're going to carry on before we go to the Living Guru section. And here's the next, I'm going through, I'm trying to follow it all. Did Srila Prabhupada, this is from Neela Shama in Florida, he asked this question, did Srila Prabhupada await approval from the Gaudiya Math
Nope.
once they disobeyed Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's order? Did Srila Prabhupada await approval from the Gaudiya Math once they disobeyed? I don't know if he even bothered to ask them. Go ahead, Yashoda, please.
Well, that question was asked of Srila Prabhupada in Nairobi, Kenya, Africa in October of 1975, where an Indian man asked Srila Prabhupada, how did you become the leader of the Krishna consciousness movement? And Prabhupada's reply is that when my guru ordered me, and the man kept pressing the question, and Prabhupada says, you can only become a guru when you receive the order of a guru. We're talking about guru here in the sense of initiating acharya. Now, there's general instructions for everybody to become guru, to teach, preach, distribute books like that. That is a general instruction that Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya gave. As far as being initiating acharya, that requires special authority from the acharya. Now, people will say, like people have said, well, you people at HKS, how did any one of you ever get an authorization from Prabhupada? Well, I spoke to the secretary in 1979 when a letter came out. He personally told me that I asked him, will others be able to do it? He says, eventually all the sannyasis will be able to do it. All the temple presidents will be able to do it. You know, it's like the difficulty is that there's been so many interpretations on this issue that people who are caught up in that web of their interpretation, it's very difficult for them to sort it out. That's why here at HKS PDA, we do sort it out. Prabhupada has given clear instructions. Otherwise, the inescapable conclusion, and this with the ISKCON Bangalore people came up with this, the inescapable conclusion that we see that after the fall down of these original 11 are all their deviations, we're not going to go into all the detail here, all the sordid scandal deviations and nonsense behaviors, that Prabhupada would have made a mistake. How does the pure devotee who is in touch with Krishna 24 hours a day commit a mistake? That does not make sense. We do know, according to Chaitanya Charita and Bhagavatam, that liberated souls are not like ordinary conditioned souls. They do not commit mistakes. Prabhupada made a perfect arrangement. And when these people talk, well, about living guru, well, a Ritvik is also a living being who was going to continue to be a living being, but that person is only, its function is to emphasize Srila Prabhupada, not to take the place of Prabhupada and sit on a Vyasasana and imitate Srila Prabhupada. No. The function meant to emphasize Prabhupada as the Acharya. And this is what the Vani incarnation preaching of Hare Krishna Society and the PDA is doing. Because when we give an initiation, we specify that all your worship, your obeisances, your Guru Puja, your Vyasa Puja, your Artik, everything fully, completely dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. That is the intent. Janme Janme Prabhu se Divya Gyan Ride Prakashito. Not that we take a neophyte and invent a philosophy of minimum qualification and maximum puja. This was not the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And by the way, with their idea of maximum money grab. Neil Sharma, you have another question.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I wanted to relate this question to what recently happened in America, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated a few days ago. And we all know from his talks to the youngsters and everything that he was a very devout Christian and giving out the message of God. But despite of him being so religious, his end was pretty tragic. How should we, as Vaishnavas, as Srila Prabhupada's disciple, um, understand this particular event?
Well, first of all, we offer our condolences and our prayers and good wishes to his good wife and family and all of his sympathizers. As far as making comments on the political issue, it's really not our business here at HKS PDA to comment on this. Personally, that's the way I feel. It's a tragic event. It's an unfortunate event. And unfortunately, it's really not within the scope of our program to comment on these political issues. That's all I can say, basically. Rochi Samataji, you had your hand up.
She was just,
T'as pas de question?
no, she was just putting up her hand, appreciating the discussion.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Just further on that, I have a comment on that. It's sad that this happened. This goes on all the time in the material world, where people are being killed for their beliefs, whatever they might be. Actually, murder is a very common thing that goes on, especially in America. People are killing people all the time. They're killing animals all the time. It's terrible. This is Kali Yuga, Krishna Katha. That's what it is. And when we preach about this, we're trying to tell people what the reality is, based on our realizations, not on some fantasy we make up. We're Prabhupada disciples. We've been serving for 57 years, myself personally, and Yashodananda almost 60 years. And somehow or other people think we can't have an opinion about what's going on in 2025. Wake up, brother. We have an opinion, a bona fide opinion about this reality of 2025. And that is very important for everybody to understand that and listen. Go ahead, Yashoda, please.
One point I want to make is we live in a culture, and this is very important, something that both you, Neil Shyam, and Krishna Katha knows, where there's such a prominence of animal killing, slaughterhouses of so many animals. So there's a lot of motive, passion, and ignorance in the culture, violence, very violent culture. You know that in America, in the United States, there's more firearms than people. Now, a lot of it comes from the Second Amendment that people have the right to be armed and everything. That's fine. But the violence culture, the killing culture, the violence culture, this we just saw with the incident of Charlie Kirk. And this is a fact. This stems from the eating of meat and the relentless killing of animals. I just saw something, somebody sent me just before the program, a comparison between the value of beans and beef, that there is more healthy nutrition and vitamins and minerals in a bowl of beans than there is in killing the animal without the cholesterol. So this is the point. It's very, very important, people, to understand the cause of all of this. What is the cause of this violent culture, the unnecessary killing of animals? And this is what causes wars. During the Vietnam War, some devotees asked Prabhupada, why is this war happening? What does it have to do with us? And Prabhupada's reply, because you kill innocent animals, therefore this is the result. By the infernal energy, then you will also be killed like that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Well, it's these stories will go on forever. Look what happened to Mahatma Gandhi. He was assassinated. What a tragedy, but it goes on. People are killing each other. It's actually a comment on the demoniac mentality of people. That's what this is. And these people, all these people that are carrying on with these different things, they're demons. period. There are two classes of men, devotees and demons, and the demons are going crazy with everything they do. And we won't be censored. Just know that. Here, we got an interesting point here from Kantadas in Trinidad. By the way, I want to compliment him on his work there to establish a community of Prabhupada disciples. And if there's any way we can help to promote that, there are people looking for places to go. So if any of you have these centers that you want to set up and promote this principle and help them, please do it. But he makes an interesting point, Yashoda. Hare Krishna to all. It's time to be strategic in identifying all gurus in their respective zones. Okay, I guess that's the ISKCON gurus he's referring to. There's this Bhakti Marg Swami, the Bhakti Marg John Vis, who goes there and is corrupting people. So, and there was expose them. So he's saying, should we expose them to their dishonesty so we can prevent further contamination to the innocent? And that hit me, Yashoda, because I realized when this fellow called me from Jamaica this week, he was in a precarious position because he's being misled by other people. What should we do to help protect that? Go ahead, Yashoda, please.
Well, this is a very interesting question, which many people have asked. What do you do with the proliferation of all these self-appointed gurus, zonal gurus, voted-in gurus, all these advisors from all these different groups? First of all, we're not going to be able to stop this from going on. It's been going on since 1978 or even before that time. The best solution against this ignorance of these people is knowledge, pure transcendental knowledge from Prabhupada. So you will understand why this problem is there. I mean, it's predicted in the fourth canto of the Bhagavatam what happened after the Acharya departs. There are all kinds of yogis, non-devotees, religionists, and welfare workers. Prabhupada gives a whole list of people who try to invent new philosophies. Prabhupada himself, on a morning walk in Hawaii in 1974, Guru Kripa told Prabhupada, oh, there is a statement in the Hari Bhakti Vilas about many gurus who take the wealth of the disciple. And Prabhupada quoted the whole verse, Guravo Bahavo Shanti Shishya Vitapaharakaha, that there are many gurus who are very expert in stealing the wealth of the disciple. Now, this is well known. But the rest of the verse says, Durlabha Sadguru Devi. This is Lord Shiva telling his wife Parvati, but my dear Parvati, it is very rare to find a bona fide guru, Shishya Shanta Paharakaha, who can take the miseries from the disciple, bring peace to the disciple. So this is very, very important. Very, very important. This is very essential. Very essential for people to understand and to get the transcendental knowledge from Srila Prabhupada and to explain things from a spiritual perspective, whether or not it's a current event, whether or not it's a political situation. No, we're not a political program. We're not dedicated to political points of view, but we do reserve the right to make comment based upon Srila Prabhupada's teachings, why these things are happening. The proliferation of cheating in spiritual life has been going on since time immemorial. It's right there in the Bhagavatam. It's mentioned several times in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that this is not meant, it's not that because, just like Prabhupada dealt with so many topics. Prabhupada dealt topics with history. He dealt topics of the British Empire. He dealt topics what they did in Bengal, how they took over the textile trade in Bengal, about various politicians in India, various comments about Mahatma Gandhi, various comments about prominent preachers spreading non-Vedic philosophies. So it's not that Srila Prabhupada was talking political things. He was putting things in context with the point of view of the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vedic conclusion. That's what we're doing according to our best ability or limited ability, let's say. And we don't want to offend anybody. That's just how it is. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. We'll carry on with our, we have thousands of hours of preaching that we're doing. So I want to be sure that everybody understands. We are not preaching Maya here. Very, very important. So people should understand that. And if we make comments about things, we have a right to speak, and we will. Like there's lots of things that we don't accept, especially that goes on in the mass media, and that has to be spoken. So let's go forward with our next section, which is our living guru. We're going to go to this section of the program, and Yashoda's going to read some parts of it for your understanding. Haribo.
Okay, sorry. We are reading from Our Living Guru, page number 13. Okay, bring it up a little bit. I'm trying to see here. Here we go. We're in the middle of this paragraph. For example, in their August 1980 GBC report, in an attempt to explain some deviant behaviors of some of the living gurus, their advocates allege even Bhishma Deva, who was one of the great Mahajans or authorities in understanding Krishna consciousness, was affected by this materialistic association of women and money. If even Bhishma Deva can be affected by materialistic association, then what to speak of ourselves, unquote. Lest we be misled, Srila Prabhupada certifies Bhishma's absolutely liberated status. Quote, Sri Bhishma Deva is a great devotee of the Lord in the relation of servitorship and eternally pure relationship with God, unquote, from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.34. As a Mahajana or authority, he was on the level of Brahma, Narada, and Shiva, although he was a human being. Qualification on a par with the great demigods is possible only by attainment of spiritual perfection. From Srimad Bhagavatam again, 1.9.34. The 1980 GBC report continued. There are examples in the Srimad Bhagavatam of great devotees having difficulties. Lord Brahma was affected by sex attraction for his daughter, but Srila Prabhupada establishes Lord Brahma's liberated and pure status. This extraordinary immorality on the part of Lord Brahma was heard to have occurred in some particular kalpa, epoch, but it could not have happened in the kalpa in which Brahma heard directly from the Lord the 4 essential verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, because the Lord benedicted Brahma after giving him lessons on the Bhagavatam that he would never be bewildered in any kalpa whatsoever. This indicates that before the hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, he might have fallen victim to such sensuality. But after hearing Srimad Bhagavatam directly from the Lord, there was no possibility of such failures. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:12-28. When did Lord Brahma experience some apparent sex attraction? Before hearing the essential Bhagavatam verses. Yet the GBC failed entirely to mention that Lord Brahma's illusion had occurred before he heard the Bhagavatam verses. The GBC implies quite unfairly that Brahma's illusion occurred after he had heard the Bhagavatam and had become a liberated eternal preceptor guru. Srila Prabhupada further explains with brilliant clarity the nature of Lord Brahma's position in a letter dated 23rd of March, 1969 to Himavati Devi Dasi. Quote, There are many other stories also, but such apparent falling is without any influence to very, very advanced devotees. A neophyte should always be careful. One should not discuss about such great devotees' apparent fall down, just like one should not discuss about the sun who evaporates urine from the earth. It is possible for the sun to do it and still remains the sun. But for ordinary man, if he lives in such a filthy place, he will be infected. So Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, they are highly elevated devotees, and we should not try to criticize about their behavior, even though it appears against the rules. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
By different devotees, and thank you all for participating in our ongoing discussions weekly. And if you look at the beginning of our invitation, we have specific rules that we require people to follow when they come here to our group. And in this way, for example, we don't allow ISKCON people to come here, the gurus. They have to get permission. We would allow them, of course, providing we do an interview with them. There is qualification for being part of this group, and it isn't automatic. You think you can automatically come here? No. You have to qualify. So be careful. Everyone should be careful on how they speak. Absolutely. And I wanted to bring up a point here from our communications group of this forum that Shreya Devi Dasi created for us. And I'll read it to you. We believe that every soul has a unique gift to offer in the service of Lord Krishna. Join our Seva family and become a part of his divine mission to spread Krishna consciousness far and wide, according to Prabhupada's instructions. Whether your talent lies in organizing, singing, cooking, teaching, editing, or simply offering your time, there's a place for you. And you can also give your money. Please take a moment to fill out this short form and let us know how you'd like to serve. And there's the link there. Let's serve together, grow together, and share Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Haribol. So there's an opportunity to take up the service cooperatively and humbly in association with each other. That's important to know that. So we're going to move to our next section of the program, which is the lecture with Srila Prabhupada. This is part of this potent presentation of our philosophy, which is over 2.5 hours long, of speaking about Krishna conscious philosophy according to Prabhupada's teachings in 2025. Haribol. Let's go.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam. Just yesterday we were reading when Manu, Vaivasvata Manu, came to Kardamani. He is receiving, said, I know that your touring means you are just, what is called? What is called? Examining? Inspecting, yes. Inspecting. Your touring means inspection whether the varnasam, whether the Brahmana is doing it actually as Brahmana, Kshatriya is doing actually Kshatriya. That is king's touring. King's touring is not a pleasure touring. at the expense of the state go somewhere and come back. No. Here sometimes in disguise the king used to see whether this varnashram dharma is being maintained, properly being observed, whether somebody is simply wasting time like hippies. No, that cannot be done. That cannot be done. Now in your government there is some inspection that nobody is employed, but unemployed. But so many things are not practically inspected. But it is the duty of the government to see everything, varnashrama charavata, everything is practicing as Brahmana simply by falsely becoming Brahmana or falsely becoming Kshatriya. No, you must. So this was the king's duty, government's duty. Now everything is topsy-turvy, everything is no more practical value. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kalau Harin Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Nasti Gatinannatha. It is very difficult to take us back to the original process of civilization. So for a Vaishnava, as I was explaining, the Tidasa Pura Akasa Puspayate Duddhanta Indriya Kala Sattva Patali. So, controlling the sense, that is Duddhanta. Duddhanta means formidable. It is very, very difficult to control the senses. Therefore, the yoga process, mystic yoga process, just to practice how to control the senses. But for a devotee, that's like the tongue. If it is engaged only in the business of chanting Hare Krishna mantra and eating only Krishna prasadam, the whole thing is done. Perfect yogi. Perfect yogi. So for a bhakta, there is no trouble with the senses. Because a bhakta knows how to engage each and every sense in the service of the Lord. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam, that is bhakti. Rishik means the senses. When the senses are engaged only for the service of Krishna, Rishikesh, then there is no need of practicing yoga. Automatically they are locked up in the service of Krishna. They have no other engagement. That is the highest. Therefore Krishna says, Yoginamapi sarvesam madgata antaratmana sadhyavan bhajate yoma samijukta. A first class yogi is he who is always thinking of. Therefore this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, if we simply chant and hear, as a first class yogi. So these are the process. So Krishna wants to Arjuna that why you are indulging in this weakness of mind. You are under my protection. I am ordering you to fight. Why you are denying? This is the point. Thank you very much.
Of getting out of Maya in this very difficult time in history, the Kali Yuga. So carry on, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Pure Angelo, you'll be fine. Don't worry. When you get your initiation, people, the dogs will bark, but the camel train will carry on. And that's all it is. Barking doggies. We're going to go to our next section of the program, which is the offenses in chanting the holy name. And everybody should be careful. And don't blaspheme your God brothers and God sisters, please. So let's go ahead with that, Krishna Katha. Thank you.
Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 8, Offenses to be Avoided. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Sometimes the atheistic class of men take it that any demigod is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But one who is a devotee knows that no demigod, however great he may be, is independently as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if someone thinks that he can chant Kali, Kali or Durga, Durga, and it is the same as Hare Krishna, that is the greatest offense. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. It should not be taken that one may continue to act sinfully and after that chant Hare Krishna to neutralize his sins. Such a dangerous mentality is very offensive and should be avoided. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Karma Kanda. 9th. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Anyone can take part in chanting the holy name of the Lord, but in the beginning one should not be instructed about the transcendental potency of the Lord. Those who are too sinful cannot appreciate the transcendental glories of the Lord, and therefore it is better not to instruct them in this matter. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success.
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare.
हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे
Rama
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Hare Hare.
कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
You are switched off, Guru. You are switched off.
You are switched off. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Chant and be happy.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam
Sunam
bhavati.
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances. We all offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and who are full of compassion for all the fallen souls. Thanks everybody for participating in this reading and discussion. Vishwakarma Prabhu in Yatopec, Mexico. Rochisa Mataji dans la belle province de Quebec. Vijay Pandit, not too far from here. Viprahita Prabhu in Georgia. Shreya Mataji in South India. Rupa Goswami Prabhu in Mumbai. Bhaktivinoda in South India. Krishna Katha Prabhu in San Diego. Forest Temple in Baja California. Bhakta Roy in Mississippi. And everybody else participating. Thanks for participating. Please come back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock a.m. for a reading on Srimad Bhagavatam corresponding to 10 a.m. Eastern Time I don't know what time it is in Mexico at that time. Is it Western Pacific time over there? What is it, Vishwa?
8 o'clock in the morning. That's all.
Okay, so now
Similar
we're
to
ahead.
you.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good, excellent. So please come and join us tomorrow morning for a lively discussion on reading in Srimad Bhagavatam. We look forward to seeing all of you, and any questions, put it in the chat. We'll be more likely to discuss and have some lively discussion. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! Play that bass, chapter piece. Don't be shy, chant along, chant along.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare